Has our video gone? Okay. And you could talk about how it's
Nice, he's down. Second one's out of
it cuts from point of view shots from Sanborn's point of view through the telescopic sights using a very long telephoto lens to extreme close-ups on Sanborn looking through the sight and James looking through the spotter's instrument. I don't know what those called. It's called a monocular, I think.
Yeah.
Giving him instructions. And again, all these are whip pans. Okay, so it's where the camera pans quite quickly. So you could talk about a series of whip pans to put the audience in the position of Sanborn hunting for information, searching for information on the in the far distance. And this, you could hang on a second. This is the. You could talk about how at this distance, the insurgents or the Iraqi soldiers are seen as insignificant. You know, as you said before, disposable.
He's moving to the building. Follow him, you got him?
When the gun, when he shoots the gun, there's dust flies up, which represents the confusion. You could almost say the fog of war. How hard it is to see through the unpleasantness of the circumstances of the situation. Yeah, so I think you should be talking about this later on. You know, you've talked about the fly, but you haven't got the kind of chronology of it. So, then there's this sudden switch to inside. So after he fires, there is a cut.
And then with their perspective.
Yeah, well, we're sort of behind them, and again, this is like photojournalism, isn't it? As if it's almost as if we're embedded in the. Suddenly, the audience are in the place they're shooting at. Okay, which switches the perspective, and suddenly, having seen them as kind of insignificant and tiny, it humanizes them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and makes the.
He's still there.
You know, for the first time, we get a medium shot of one of the shooters, and here Bigelow is making it seem like this is a battle between human beings rather than just them trying to eliminate a threat.
Left window.
And then we go back to the very extreme long shot. Yeah.
Is that the shell?
That's shell casing. Yeah. Okay, so you're talking about this too early. There's all sorts of stuff that happens before then, and I think you should try and follow the chronology of the clip a bit further, a bit more. And in fact, this shot, you know, at this point, where are we as the audience?
And where the gun's going to shoot.
We're the target. Yeah. So again, she's shifting perspective, and that's all part of the effect. Like, who are we? We're looking through the sight. We're Sanborn. What can we see? Well, we can see Sanborn from the side, and we can see his concentration. What can Sanborn see? Well, he can see tiny figure that he's trying to kill in the distance. Oh, hang on, we're actually with the Iraqis now in the bunker, being shot at by Sanborn, and now we're in the perspective of looking down, literally down the barrel of his gun as if we're going to be shot. So she moves the audience around. She never lets us settle. She never lets us feel comfortable. And that's part of what she's building, that kind of effect. And that's what you need to analyse. That's what you need to kind of objectively and carefully, and following the chronology of the film, try and list almost. One thing that might be useful I don't know how accurate it is. Is to have a look at the screenplay. It's too far in. Okay, so look. So this is the scene. Okay, it gives you names of all the characters. Is that right? Oh no,
Don't
we're
think
not the
that's the
sniper.
same.
Sorry?
Don't think that's the same.
No, it doesn't look it. Well, you can find it. What can we call it? Let's put casing in there. No. Okay, well, anyway, have a look through this. You'll find it. I can't find it just off the top of my head here. And see if, use that as a way of following the sequence.
Yes.
Okay? So,